Real Talk family. So from the title of this video, you already know what this video is going to be about. But before we get started, I would like to first start off by saying thank you guys so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. And if you are new to my channel and you like my content, make sure you subscribe to my channel, you guys. Also, I want to let you guys know, when you do subscribe to my channel, make sure you click all so you never miss a video that I upload. Okay, you guys, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. Tips on passing the Social Studies GED test. First off, I want to start off by letting you guys know the types of questions that is going to be on the test, and the types of questions that is going to be on there is multiple choice, drop down, fill in the blank, drag and drop, hot spot, extended response, and cartoons. As well, you guys, the test is 70 minutes, which means broken down an hour and 10 minutes, you guys. So this test is not about memorizing all these terms and stuff like that. That is not what this test is about. This test is mostly made up of critical thinking. You have to make logical inferences. For example, the questions that comes to mind, which is in language arts, which are who, what, when, where, why, and how, you guys. So focus on those questions. Focus on those things so that you are aware of what you are looking for. Because sometimes the author might not just come out and say, hey, I'm looking for this. Hey, you have to make inferences. And inferences is using the information that you are given and using that information to compute what they are trying to get you to see. Okay, you guys, the Constitution, that is a major thing. Somebody actually asked me about the Constitution, so I decided to actually give y'all a definition. And the Constitution of the United States established America's national government and fundamental laws and guarantees certain basic rights for its citizens. It was signed on September 17, 1787, my apologies, by delegates to the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia. Okay, you guys, so we have a constitution, and the reason for the constitution was so that us as citizens, we have our rights, and so that's how they came up with the Bill of Rights. I didn't write that down because the constitution is made up of so many things, and we can go all day just on the constitution. The Constitution, they decided to come up with the Bill of Rights because some people, like a lot of us, was not even understanding what the Constitution was even saying. So when you have freedom to bear arms, freedom of speech, those are those things, and those are the things that constitutes us being able to have our rights as citizens in this country. Okay, you guys, so the writers of the Constitution was James Madison. He actually wrote the Constitution, but a lot of people played a major part in the Constitution. So I wrote some people down, you guys, and this is just barely a few because it was a lot of people that actually contributed to the Constitution. Some of the people I wrote down was Alexander Hamilton, John Hancock, Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, Patrick Henry, you guys. So you might want to look into that and really get a clear understanding about the Constitution and why it was created and what created it and what laws came with that as well. So make sure you look that up. Make sure you do your research. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, so some of the wars that happened was World War I. You might want to definitely look that up. World War II, War of 1812, the Iraq War, and the Civil War. Civil War was very important in regards to people of color, such as myself, who wasn't able to vote, and me just being a woman alone wasn't even able to vote. And so that's when they came up with the amendments. So look up the amendments as well, you guys. That's very important. But like I said, this isn't a test about memorization. Okay, you guys. So let's continue. All right, you guys. So right now we are going to be getting into bias and also propaganda. Bias it exists when an author does not give a balanced, objective description of an issue. Propaganda is material that is purposely misleading. It is used to promote a particular political agenda. So like when we're talking about politics and voting and what can somebody do for us in this country, We see it all the time, like on television, on the news. When somebody wants to promote a project or promote a product, those things are happening with that. So you will see that on the test as well. Like, you will actually be able to read through and actually see it. So that is very important. So make sure you are aware of those terms. Also, recognize meaning of symbols, words, or phrases in order to fully understand the meaning of the text. So sometimes, even when you're looking at graphs, you will see these things and it might have a symbol, and you have to really understand, okay, what are they saying? What are they really trying to get me to compute? So those things are very important when it comes to the social studies test. Also, be able to analyze maps, graphic organizers, tables, and charts. Examine all the information provided, such as headings and titles, labels, keys of some type. This will fully help you understand what is being displayed. What is the central idea of this information? So whenever you are reading an excerpt on the social studies test, make sure you are paying attention to these things that you may see on maps and graphic organizers and everything, the tables, and what are they really trying to get you to understand. Because a lot of times they will use a lot of graphs to put information in it, and you have to really sit there and put your thinking caps on and see the information that they are providing you with and answer the question accordingly. Also, you guys, know what a fact and an opinion is and what the difference between the two are. For example, I put a fact down here. A fact can't be argued. So that's just summing that up. A fact cannot be argued. You cannot argue with a fact. So, for example, a fact is the stock market crashed in 1929. We can look back and we can see that the stock market actually crashed. Right now, we're even going through that in the stock market. It's trying to crash. Things are happening. Things are different. We have to wear masks now. That is a fact that we actually have to wear masks. Also, an opinion is how someone feels about a fact. Just putting it in simple terms. For example, of an opinion, the government should have done something to prevent the crash. Most will argue, like, yeah, the government should have did something. If they would have did something, the market wouldn't crash. But we don't know that, so we can't really say that. So the difference between facts and opinions can be very diverse. Some people may think a fact is a opinion and it's not a fact. So really just have a clear understanding of that, you guys. I hope this helped you guys out a lot. Also, before I go, I would like to add that cartoons, I also said cartoons will be on the test, but really pay attention to everything that's going on in those cartoons whenever they do give you a cartoon. Pay attention to the headings. Pay attention to the title. Pay attention to everything, all the pictures that you're seeing within the cartoon. So make sure you are aware of that, you guys. Some tips, some last minute tips I would like to tell you guys. Take the practice test. I would encourage you guys to take the practice test. And you could take that test on the GED.com website. You guys, I don't know if you are aware, you have to have a username and a password that you create and on the GED test. On the GED test, it has a lot. The GED website, I'm trying to say, it has a lot of good information for study guides. It gives you good information. So I would suggest you even take that practice test, even if you don't take the other practice test that you have to actually pay $6 for. I would encourage you guys to really do that. If you have any questions, just really let me know, because I am willing to help. Review the Constitution. You guys, have an idea of the wars in the United States. Have an idea why they were started, why they were created, and what were the wars for. Pay attention to that. I seen the Soviet Union on there a couple times, so that's one of the ones that they do focus on. So I would suggest that you look into that and just study, get an idea of these particular topics that I am giving you guys. Stay calm and pass the test. I took the social studies test twice, you guys. Social studies was one of those things that had me a bit confused. So make sure you just study. I had to really study, so I would suggest that you just study, get an idea. It's not a test about memorizing things. So I just want to make sure that you are aware of that. It kind of reminds you of language arts. They'll give you a passage, you have to read it, and ask you a couple questions. How does this relate to this? What was this author trying to say? Why did this president say this? Why did Obama say yes we can? What was the purpose of his slogan? So pay attention to those things as well. You guys, if you have any further questions or concerns, please leave me your comments. If I didn't cover something that you would like to know more about, let me know and I will do a separate video on it. I will be doing science next. Science will be my last subject that I will be doing, covering all of the subjects on the GED test. So if you have anything you would like for me to discuss, please leave them in the comments. If you are taking this test, I wish you guys the best of luck. Thank you guys so much for your support. So until next time, I will see you guys later.